We're back online.
Yeah, we got cut there for a second. I believe it was the you know who's. Their name rhymes with that. So, next topic.
All right.
It's
we're back.
interesting, though, before we get to the next topic,
Oh,
it's
you're
really
gonna get us cut off again.
Because you really get a sense of, like, what a revolution is in these times and what we're really trying to do here. And going against the system and really, like, stepping out of Babylon, like, what that really means. It's not cute. It's not, it's it really isn't. It's a whole process. And in doing so, there are going to be so many walls that we come across and so many hurdles that we have to jump. So it's just really interesting to see it in real time. Next topic.
Said very well by one of the ones. So, next up, we have more than 2,000 retail stores closed and more are closing soon. So, some people are predicting that this is a part of the whole recession, yada, yada. And, so, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Walmart, Target, all these kind of stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, yada, yada. They're all just closing retail stores around the country. But then their online sales are increasing, like, rapidly.
Right. That makes sense to me. I don't necessarily think it's because of the recession or none of that. Like, so the people who are, like, panicking, talking about, oh, it's because of this and things are going to collapse. I don't think so. I just think the society that we're living is going more and more digital. And people are becoming more and more lazy to the point where they don't even want to go to the store anymore. So everybody's just doing more online shopping. So it's just more cost effective to have an online website where you don't have to pay for a store or pay to rent a space or buy property and any of that. If you can make double, sometimes triple the money by just selling online to people who are lazy and fat.
Yeah.
Period.
And even in Atlanta, when I was there, some stores, they don't even accept cash no more. They only accept online. And a lot of stores in Atlanta, actually, they don't accept cash no more. You have to only pay with online. But I do agree with you, though, because it's like you don't have to pay workers, so people are lazy. It's a very convenient time. People are very, like, easy way out type of lifestyle. Everything's convenient, so it would make sense why they're doing that.
It's interesting because, like, people won't pay rent, but then they'll buy shit on Amazon. Like they'll just, you know what I mean? Because it's convenient, maybe because you can pay later. You know what I mean? You can pay in increments. By the way, never pay in increments on Amazon. That's a terrible idea.
Why do you say that?
Because your APR is a lot higher. You're paying a lot more for that product than it's actually worth. And it's just not really good for your credit.
Yeah, I've never done that anyway.
It's a terrible idea. They have, what's that? It's like, I forget.
Talking about the app that does it, Sezzle or something like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, financial advice.
Things they don't teach you in school, kids.
Tahuti, what's your credit score?
Let's not talk about it.
So
you don't ask them that.
This one I thought was really, really, really interesting. So apparently the occult sciences are now being taught at Exeter University in the UK. So you can get a degree in occult sciences. A master's, though. It's a master's program. So basically, but the interesting thing about it is that it's under the umbrella of Islamic studies. So somehow they fit, like, the occult sciences under the umbrella of Islamic sciences. But let me pull this up real quick because I wanted to read, like, the overview of it. It's
Send us the
funny.
link also, son.
So it says in the overview, to build interdisciplinary expertise while exploring your specific interests within the long and diverse history of esotericism, witchcraft, ritual magic, occult science, and related topics. Our prestigious Center for Magic and Esotericism welcomes master's students to monthly meetings and local field trips. Graduate with the skills and knowledge needed to influence and drive business strategies that make a positive contribution to the environment and society.
That makes sense. You know why it makes sense? Because for a while, even before coming to like the EC, I was, looking into all those kind of stuff. And a part of my research is that a lot of what they call a cult is still coming from like traditional things. But when the Moors or whatever, they went into Europe, a lot of what they brought was like a cult. So there's like a section of Islam that's like not just the everyday Islamic religion, but there's like an occult section of Islam, like a secret sect, like Sufism and all that stuff. So that deals with all the esoteric and all of the ritualistic magic, which is pretty much, as we know, like traditional spirituality. But they call it like Moorish science or whatever. So that makes sense. So it might be like a little fusion of that plus whatever they were dealing with in Europe. I think they called it Wicca or Wiccan or whatever. So that's very interesting. And that's funny that they mentioned that you can use it to influence business, because that's pretty much what they do. If anybody who didn't know, if you thought business was just money or, what they call numbers, nah, there's some occult spiritual stuff behind all of this stuff too.
What does a cult mean?
Hidden. What's hidden? The unseen.
Next up, we got streaming farms are on the rise. Somebody call Arnold Schwarzenegger. So basically there's these things called streaming farms, and you can basically pay for a service, or it's a service that's being like more broadly offered now. It's obviously been in the works for a while, but there's just a warehouse full of phones on tripods, and they'll be set to either play a specific song or comment on a specific Instagram or TikTok post. So it's basically like robots, like bots, as the teenagers call them, on all these different streaming platforms, just kind of filling up the air.
Okay.
Well, okay. Welcome
It's
to
an evil world we live in.
welcome to the world we live in. Yeah, that's about it.
Next topic.
Okay.
Next topic.
Man arrested for faking a heart attack in 20 restaurants to avoid the bill.
Nigga money.
So yeah, orders his food.
That might have been the perfect like moment to hit that button.
Oh man, that's funny. Wow.
Wait,
How did he get caught?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, eventually he just got caught. It's like, okay, he's acting like he's having a heart attack each time.
Is that at a different place or is it the same spot?
No, it's different places each
Different
time.
places.
It's 20 different restaurants.
Okay.
So
20 restaurants?
yeah, 20 different
To avoid
restaurants.
the bill?
Gets the food.
Was he always by himself? Or did he have a lady with him?
He's by himself.
Would he get like a lot of food?
I don't know. I didn't look into all that, but I mean, why not, right?
Clearly, he doesn't have a takeaway plate.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, that's the story, man. He got away with it.
But then he got arrested, right?
Yeah. Eventually, it was just like, okay, we heard about this guy.
The food.
So they had like
man.
a warrant out for his arrest at restaurants. Like,
Word just got around.
it's interesting.
Where was this?
I don't know.
Sounds like a New York City thing.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Autistic child healed with camel milk.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
From what?
Camel milk.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Camel.
Yeah, camel milk.
What is camel milk?
Like
the
camel,
actual
like
camel.
The actual camel, milk from a camel.
The milk from the camel's
Healed the
teat?
No, bro, camels have milk.
They do? Right, because they feed their children. Okay, yeah, I was just asking. I didn't know it was a thing, though.
What do you think they put camels in grinders, like almond milk?
No, bro. But so is that a thing? Like people drink camel milk? Like it comes in a carton?
What do you
Well-
think people in the desert do? They don't have cows.
In the desert, they drink camel milk, not goat. I mean, they got goats, right?
I mean,
I don't
you're
know.
more likely to find camels.
Is camel milk good?
I've never drinking it. I don't know.
I really want to do. We should do like a milk taste test. We should
No.
have some camel milk.
Let's not do that.
No.
Let's
we
not
don't
do
label
that.
it. It's like the Pepsi challenge, and then we're like,
Let's not do
this
that.
one is the camel milk.
Let's not do that. I had to do that actually. In culinary school, they made us do that.
Wait, with Coke and
Oh, you went to
Pepsi?
culinary school?
No, no, no.
Oh, with like-
different milks from different.
Yeah, son, this guy's a chef.
Yeah, it was kind of disgusting.
Wait,
though.
with different what?
different milks from different animals.
Different milks?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of animals?
Sheep, goat, cow, obviously. There was something else, and it was like 2 other things I don't remember. But
Okay.
one
What's
of
the
them, I
difference
think
of
it
it?
was not the goat milk. I think it was maybe the sheep's milk. It has a lot of fat in it. It was disgusting. So when you drink it, it's like a thick
Frothy,
layer of fat.
like
It's
skin.
frothy. It was just disgusting.
Ooh. So
I spit it out.
this kid was cured through camel milk.
Yeah. So
what did he have? What was like the
Autism.
He just had autism.
Autism?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this because apparently
Where?
she got it from some guy in the Middle East who says that this is what they use when people have those kind of like issues.
Mm-hmm.
So she did some research on it, and apparently it's very expensive. Like it's very rare, and it costs a lot of money to get camel milk.
Because camel
Wow.
milk is supposedly highly heat resistant. So if you heat up cow's milk to a certain temperature, it kind of like kills off everything that's in it, but then it takes the nutritional value too. So because camels are born in the desert and raised in the desert, their milk is more heat resistant. So supposedly that has something to do with it. And but the funny thing about this one is that there was some backlash from actual autistic people being like, autism isn't a disease that needs to be cured.
Well, some aspect
they
of
were
that,
angry?
some aspect of that is true.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's a disposition.
Yeah, but I think her thing was it was more like the motor functions that they have
Oh, okay.
that might seem like different or like a struggle for them. That the camel milk like helped with that. It made them like stable with those motor functions. But it's not like they got rid of the autism per se, because it's just like a spiritual predisposition.
Bro, I think I need to get some camel milk.
You have autism?
No,
to some
but
degree?
I think I want to try some camel milk now.
I was kind of thinking
Okay.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like, damn, where do
Yeah.
we get some camel milk at? We go to some African shop.
Yeah, would you guys drink your wife's
go
breast
to
milk?
Newark?
Would you drink your
Excuse
wife's
me?
breast milk?
I would.
What?
No, because apparently bodybuilders are paying like thousands of dollars for breast milk.
Wait,
I mean,
Ezekiel said he would do
that
it.
Sleeps with their anyone that sleeps with
You
their
can do
wife
that.
after pregnancy has done that.
You've drank your wife's breast milk?
I'm just saying, anyone who has
I've
slept
never
with their
done that.
wife after pregnancy, if a woman is breastfeeding,
How have you done that?
what are you talking about,
How?
son? I'm not telling you about my personal life like that, but I'm
Well,
just
you're saying it like it's a common thing. Like I didn't know.
We're just
people
speaking
were
on
drinking
everyone
breast milk.
else's personal life, as if you watch them through their windows, Eve Duty.
next question.
Gotcha. We know what Eve Duty does on Friday nights. All right, next up.
What does it
Russia.
Here on a Friday night.
What does it taste like?
Russia builds a nuclear power plant in Burkina Faso amidst new negotiations to bring power to the motherland.
I don't know how to feel about this one.
Exactly.
It's like a bitter, but somewhat sweet, because it's like, okay, there's like some kind of an alliances going on here, but at the same time, it's like a nuclear power plant.
What was the topic?
You didn't hear?
Russia builds a nuclear power plant in Burkina Faso.
Also, Russia is bringing a lot of education to Burkina Faso too. Like they're funding a lot of the schools and the education in the schools, And Africa is actually like really adamant about working with the Russian people, because actually Russia, you know, there might be some ulterior motives there, sure, right? Power, stuff like that. But Russia actually like is more traditional in that sense, and they note and they see a traditional societies that act in certain ways, and they're actually like all for it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that there's necessarily like a huge ulterior motive per se. I think what's really happening and what we're really seeing in real time is the dualism between the so-called Western world versus the Eastern world. So there's like Eastern society versus Western society. And Eastern society is trying to hold on to more cultural values, but they very much understand that Western society and Western mindset is what's dominating the world right now. And to play the game, they have to learn to play the Western world's game, but play it on a better level or a better playing field. So they're kind of like putting themselves together to do so.
Right.
It's like a protective mechanism. So, you know, why not form alliances, you know, to ensure that, you know, things are going smoothly? But that could just be my perspective.
It's true. It's true. And that's like the motive that we don't really talk enough about. Because when you actually listen to like Putin speak about the things that, you know, are troubling Western society, or, you know, even troubling Russia at times, is the fact that traditional culture is being attacked. You know, and that's also the issue with power, because you have that power on one side. On the other side, you have the American power, and the America wants to protect itself, wants to protect its power. You know what I mean? And it right now, where we're at in society, it's America is using like the liberal ideology as its like protective force. And because it's like the commonly understood way of thinking, it's just using that to shield itself. Because America, at the end of the day, is like, you know, Biden is a Catholic. Biden has said in the past that he's against abortion. If you listen to him in the 90s, in the early 2000s, even Obama, and how quickly they switched up. But really, that's how they talk in the public. Now, how they talk in the public, politicians, is not normally how they talk in private or what they really believe. But they create this veneer in order to, like, you know, push that agenda forward, make the Russians look a certain type of way. And Russia's out here like, you know what? We support Africa. Like, fuck you. I feel like there's a whole episode on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Next up, this is the last one. A fake lawyer in Kenya can win your case. So the Kenyan authorities have arrested a fake lawyer who won 26 court cases consecutively. 0 losses, 26 wins. So this fake lawyer, despite having no legal training, won 26 cases and got arrested in Kenya. He posed as a legitimate lawyer under the name of the legitimate lawyer, and local media is reporting that despite his lack of legal education, he managed to secure victories, and now there's a public outrage because of a growing issue of unqualified individuals impersonating lawyers in the country. I think they should just give him a job.
It reminds me of that Nigerian guy have you ever seen that sketch or that show where he goes on like a talent show, the Nigerian guy, and he's like, I'm the fastest reader in the world. He's like, I can read. I think
He did another one where he was like, he's the fastest writer, but his friend is the fastest interpreter. So he was he just writing scribble. Yeah, man, that's crazy though. Hey, you remember that story of that kid? He was like 18 and like he had a whole office where he was practicing being a doctor.
Crazy.
A whole office, bro. It's almost like if you just believe it hard enough, you can just do it.
Yeah, that's the
No
thing.
facts.
Like, I don't know if that's what it is or it just shows like the stupidity or how easy it is to like attain something in the modern society as long as you study it hard enough. Because that's kind of just
Right.
crazy.
That kind of wraps up the whole topic of today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Believing it hard enough, you could become a tribe leader, cult leader.
Yo, you guys think it's too late for me to become a super cult leader?
How old are you?
Like this guy was?
How old are you?
I'm old enough.
When you say you're old enough, you don't reveal your age.
I'm young enough.
There you go. You've admitted it to yourself.
I'm just saying. What you think, though?
I think it's time to wrap it up.
I'm saying it's gonna be a little side hustle. You can get some money. Tell everybody sell everything, not grow any food.
We need to shout out our sponsor.
Yo, my cousin gave
Oh,
me
please.
Do you have the
Can you do it?
verbiage?
Can you do it? No, I don't have the whole verbiage. But I will shout out Sauce. Pick up to Sauce because Sauce is our sponsor. And Sauce started in 2007 when a group of traveling students were traveling in West Africa. And they were thinking of ways to support charitable causes. So one of the students happened to be an artisanal hot sauce chef. And right then and there, Sauce Hot Sauce was born. And they pride themselves with creating superb, wonderful, great artisanal hot sauce. And a portion of the proceeds goes directly into supporting displaced families in the Fada and Gloma region of Burkina Faso. So please make sure you check out Sauce. Get yourself some hot sauce. They're really good.
It's delicious.
It's very delicious.
What do you like to eat your sauce with?
What I like to eat my sauce with? Chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah, I really mainly use the Island Crown, honestly.
You would use the Island Crown.
Yeah, I definitely do. It reminds me a lot of like, traditional hot pepper in the islands.
Mhm.
So I use it with a lot of my curry. I use it with my stewed chicken, my fried chicken sometimes. Put a little ketchup on it with the hot sauce and the fried chicken. It's really good. But you should do the same. So check out Sauce. You buy Sauce, you support good causes. So with that being said, this has been another great episode of the Gate of Gates podcast. And again, I'm Kaji Zariman. I'm here with
Ibtahudi Hakwapti.
Ezekiel.
and hope to see you again next week. Idi Heru.
Idiharu.
Yeru.